EA Sports. It's in the game.
Well, game planning is that's huge because you have to have a plan going out onto the field. You want to know what the other team's tendencies are. The game planning is sort of like all of the prep work that has to be done. When I look at Frank Gore, first of all, his desire to be a great running back. Frank is a guy that you have to account for him. If you're a defense, you have to account for him.
Well, I think in today's NFL, especially in the run game, you got to have two backs. You got to have a multiple attack from that standpoint. And I think where we've had great success is obviously Tim Hightower has been that good multi-purpose back for us. But the addition of Beanie Wells as a power back, also a back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, it gives you a 1-2 punch that's critical.
Steven Jackson's one of those rare combinations of size and strength and speed, a little bit like Larry Johnson, in that he's not afraid to run over you. He's fast enough to run through a defense. He creates big plays. Just a really outstanding talent in the NFL.
Well, I'm really excited about a first-round draft pick from a year ago, Aaron Curry. A guy that's just breaking in. He played all last season, but really played like a rookie, played like a young guy that shows he has a tremendous upside. He's got extraordinary physical talents. The strengths that Matt Hasselbeck, the quarterback, has, it really comes back from his experience. He's a natural athlete. He has a nice quick release and a quick arm. He's been through it all.
Well, there's always certain type of matchups you're always trying to exploit, depending on what the strength of your football team is. If it's a great wide receiver or a tight end or a running back, you know what your strengths are. Well, first of all, I think you have to believe in the running game. If you believe in the running game, you get your wide receivers to buy in, you get your tight ends, your quarterback. What I mean by quarterback, he has to really work on his fakes.
You know, a couple of things that really impressed me about Tony Romo. One is his accuracy, and that's always underrated. But the second thing is his quick release. Felix Jones represents really everything a team could want in a running back. He always fights for the extra yardage. You never see him just running out of bounds. He's a tough guy. He's a great athlete. What a force.
We want to run it, half the time and throw it half the time. We want to establish the line of scrimmage. We believe the line of scrimmage has to be ours. And when you run the ball, you have the opportunity for the big play because of play action pass. So I would have at least 2 plays along the lines there, depending on how many you're going to use for your openers. But I would have a good balance between the run and tied in with the play action pass.
Deshaun Jackson, one of those guys a lot of people thought maybe too small to be anything but a slot receiver or a kick returner in the NFL. But he came up big in his rookie season and proved that he belonged with anybody. I'm surprised he doesn't have more interceptions because he's so quick with his feet and gets in great position.
With Julius Peppers, he can play both sides. Left, right, feels comfortable with either hand down. We'll do things to our goal. We want to put him in as many one-on-one situations as possible. Devin Aramashadu is a big target. 6'3 plus, great speed, good hands. Just a different guy that you look for.
Ryan Grant is a very consistent football player for us in Green Bay. He's very consistent with the way he comes to work every day, but more important, how he performs. He's a very consistent runner. I really like his running style. I prefer the bigger backs. His running style, picking your knees up, falling forward.
Matthew Stafford throws the ball so hard sometimes, I'm amazed the receivers can even catch it. They probably have to ice their hands after the game. Calvin Johnson has so many great skills, great hands, great route runner, and he can make the tough catch in traffic. What a valuable weapon he is.
I think offense has changed, and people are always going to commit to the 8-man in the box philosophy. We were able to make people pay the other way with balls down the field. Many hands make light work. It's great to be able to spread the football around, and typically backs are going to get it on check downs and then be able to turn on linebackers who you like to believe they out-athlete.
Well, if you're going to play with the Atlanta Falcons, of course, We have a number of weapons on offense. I think it starts with Matt Ryan. You want to make sure that you give Matt an opportunity to distribute the ball to the different weapons that we have. Tony Gonzalez is an excellent option there in the red zone, as well as Roddy White if you're throwing the football.
I think it all starts with an offensive line. I think we have one of the better offensive lines in the league. So, to be able to throw the ball to Steve Smith or even run the ball with Jonathan Stewart or DeAngelo Williams, it all starts up front.
Sammy Stroud coming to his second year as our starting slot receiver, as our starting zebra man. Being able to come on the football field in the second year when you make your most improvements is another guy that we look forward to. Cadillac being ready to prepare for his second 16-game season, which he hadn't been able to do in the past and accomplishes this year, along with Derek Ward, his backfield mate, another guy that's really fired up to come back and run behind these young men.
When we look at Reggie Bush's role week to week, we understand a few things. We understand, first off, he's a threat because of his speed and because of his versatility, that he can run and he can catch and do those things very well.